Prime Wrestling officially sanctioned by the Ohio State Athletic Commission. Prime Wrestling contains material that may not be suitable for all audiences. The views and opinions expressed on this broadcast do not reflect those of Sports Time Ohio or its affiliates. The athletes featured in this program are trained professionals. Please do not try this at home. Viewer discretion is advised.
Every day I think of this, weigh it out and take my risk, waiting for the chance to say enough has been enough. What are you waiting for? Turn it up, I said. Fuckers better man every time I hear it, so play it when I'm dead. At my funeral, so I do it in the afterlife. In the afterlife.
Tonight on Prime Wrestling, we give to you the biggest main event in Prime TV history for the Prime Championship. Johnny Gargano, the Man-Beast Rhino, one-on-one for the title. We will see, in addition, Corey in one-on-one competition. The Nikon Thomas Adams, the newcomer. We're going to kick things off with a major grudge match. Zombie Princess, Jimmy Jacobs, Bobby Beverly. They'll go one-on-one with Corey as a special referee, the newest member of our broadcast team. Let's go to Pedro to get it underway.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following singles contest is scheduled for one fall and is being brought to you by Campbell's Sweets Factory. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please welcome to the ring your special guest referee, new 102's own Corey.
Corey volunteered to officiate this matchup. I looked into it, Aaron, about 10 years ago down in Florida. A very young teenage Corey went through training to become a professional wrestling referee. And he's the only one that was willing to step up to the fight and referee Jacobs Beverly because of the damage done.
Introducing first,
at Resolution.
He weighs in at 175 pounds, wrestling out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. He is the Zombie Princess, Jimmy Jacobs.
Jimmy Jacobs, the Zombie Princess.
The former Prime Champion. Pardon the interruption, Joe.
An individual who certainly is quick to blame others. Said Bobby Beverly is the reason why he lost the Prime Championship. Blames him as a distraction, as a hindrance. The fact Beverly wouldn't follow Jacobs' plan for sex appeal is what ultimately led to the demise. I think Jimmy Jacobs, well, he led to his own demise. He sealed his own fate when he awoke the Resolution version of Johnny Gargano, who always steps it up to a whole new level.
Look at Jimmy Jacobs get right in the face of new 102's Corey.
And his opponent. He weighs in at 185 pounds, wrestling out of Niles, Ohio. Here is Bobby Beverly.
No more Beverly Hills. It's all about Niles, Ohio for Bobby Beverly, the former television champion, the former tag team champion who needs no help any longer. A man who is out on his own and a man who just brushes the ring, and we got a fight already.
Well, Corey, he didn't check anybody. He's counting.
He didn't have time. What do you want him to do?
He's a licensed official.
Beverly, the southpaw, hammering away with the left hands on the Zombie Princess. Beverly's career really got derailed thanks to Jimmy Jacobs. Beverly didn't have the greatest win-loss record, but he had a little bit of a slump. But I'll tell you what, after that situation, after Jimmy Jacobs came on board, Beverly lost to Matt Cross, he lost to Bane, he lost to Gargano, so many individuals, because Jimmy Jacobs wanted Beverly to be something that Beverly was not.
Well, Bobby Beverly, he let us all down. He doesn't do the thrust anymore. I tried to reach out to Bobby. I asked him to go to a club. maybe rekindle that old.
Jeez, huge enziguri.
Rekindle the thrust, and he didn't do it. He said no.
Well, Beverly's not going to hang around with the likes of you. Vit Travagliante, Marion Fontaine, bunch of megalomaniacs you are.
Hey, you got. That's a compliment, right? What's it?
And
I like
Beverly no hits the guardrail hard.
I like that name, megalomaniacs. Yeah,
You have no clue what that means, do you?
that means that we're maniacs, but in a good way.
I invite all the fans to go to dictionary.com and look that up. And also go to primewrestling.com. Check out Resolution 5 on DVD or on demand iPay-per-view if you have not yet. All the news, events, upcoming stars and attractions and more at primewrestling.com. Find us on Twitter at Prime Wrestling and on Facebook, facebook.com/PrimeWrestlingTV as Jacobs and Beverly brawl all the way around this building and
look
Beverly hits the people hard.
Wow. Hey, you know what? Corey, I guess it's good to see him out here. I had heard that he had facial reconstructive surgery, plastic surgery to repair all the damage done when Johnny Gargano savagely, brutally kicked him in the face at Resolution
That was
5.
an accident caused by Jimmy Jacobs when Jacobs went to Corey to hide and to seek salvation. Corey knows that, and that's why he wanted to referee this match, because he wanted to see Jacobs get his butt kicked.
Well, then is it safe to say that Jimmy Jacobs, who's a musician in his spare time, he will not be getting played on the new 102?
I would say that's a safe assessment.
So then if Corey ends up getting injured here, is it safe to say that I could take over as the afternoon DJ?
Oh, not on your life.
Well, talk to the station manager, Joe. See, do you know people?
You have enough ties you shouldn't have.
I like this blue and black one I have.
You got a management job, you got Vic in your back pocket, you bought him off with some watch.
Well, I introduced him to the guy that bought him the watch.
Well, I don't even know what that means. Jacobs catches Beverly coming back in. DDT, and Beverly got spiked.
Well, that's the end of Beverly's momentum right there.
Oh, did you see that harsh angle Beverly hit head first on?
Might have knocked some sense into him, hopefully.
And Jacobs getting in the face of Corey.
The reconstructively surgerized face of new 102 Corey.
And what about what we heard from Nicky Valentino recently? He
Yeah.
seemed to be a little upset over not just Corey's involvement in Prime Wrestling, but especially Chris Van Vliet. He seemed to think celebrities have no place in professional wrestling. And, well, he showed that at Resolution because he knocked Chris Van Vliet's lights out with a chair. Valentino tried to interfere in the main event. Van Vliet tried to stop him. He got knocked out, did Van Vliet, for his troubles.
Hey, I watched it live at Resolution 5, and then I watched the replay when I bought the iPay-per-view at home, and then I watched it again on 19 Action News the next night. Chris Van, oh man, he had his big bruise on his head. He had he couldn't think right. I think he scored 2 concussions off of that.
Oh, come on.
Don't mess with Nicky Valentino. In his day, celebrities weren't even allowed in the ring.
What was his day?
It was before Cyndi Lauper, and Chris Van Vliet thinks he's going to be the Cyndi Lauper of Prime Wrestling in this era.
What about Andy Kaufman, Muhammad Ali, Mr. T? Nothing to you?
I haven't heard of those guys.
Jacobs just disrespectfully rubbing Beverly's face into the mat.
Well, these two don't like each other, Joe. I don't know if you knew that or not.
You don't say.
Yeah, bad blood between them. Jimmy Jacobs, I mean, this was the Prime champion, and Bobby Beverly cost him that title.
Jeez. Beverly dropped hard.
Now, Jimmy Jacobs, he's really, really, really upset right now. He's going to teach Bobby Beverly a lesson that he should have taught him before. He taught him a lot of stuff when he was guiding Sex Appeal, but he didn't teach him the physicality lesson that he's going to teach him right now, that he is teaching him right now.
Well, tonight where we're going to see Johnny Gargano challenged by the Man-Beast Rhino for the Prime Championship. We're going to see Gory in action. Justin LaBar is going to respond to Vic Travagliante. Gregory Iron will join us, and much more. There's going to be a lot of pain, blues, and agony in store in this hour, and Jimmy Jacobs more concerned with proving a point. Beverly said that these fans have adopted him. They've shown their support. I think Jacobs partially blames these fans for Bobby Beverly's rogue actions, one could say.
Well, the fans are definitely to blame. I mean, Bobby Beverly, he was on a roll, and then he starts listening to these people, and then he changes, he moves back to Niles, and I don't know if his home was foreclosed on. Maybe it should be. If it wasn't, if it is, it is. And I can't stand that he would go back to Niles and, oh, he just got spat upon. And look at Corey. He doesn't know what to do.
Well, it's not illegal, but, oh, complete disrespect.
Uh-oh. And look at, and Jacob's in touch, Corey. He's just getting in his business.
That's uncalled for. That's unprofessional.
Wow. Smacking people around is Jimmy Jacobs' business, and business is good.
Well, Beverly, Jacob doesn't realize Beverly's behind him.
Oh, he's slapping him around, and then
Get in the face of Corey, but got drilled with a backbreaker. Beverly mounting some offense here. Series of takedowns. Once again.
well, Beverly, he may have been motivated by all those slaps by Jimmy Jacobs. Maybe it backfired on Jacobs.
Oh, jeez, Jacobs. Head over heels, lands on the back of his neck. Beverly looking good here. Back suplex, nicely done. Could have him. This is going to be all 2-0.
Ooh, that was close. That was close. Beverly has changed in attitude. It's really got me bewildered and befuddled, Joe. What do you think? Bobby Beverly's better with the fans or without the fans?
Oh, come on. Jacobs went downstairs. That should be an automatic disqualification.
No, he went to the inner thigh.
Corey is not disqualifying him because Jacobs is trying to sneak his way out of this match.
Oh, you got him as Vesuvius Tuberous.
That's what Jacobs wants.
The Vesuvius Tuberous?
He wants to get out of this match.
Oh, well, you're right. No, he wants to get out of this match with a victory.
Hey! He's an official referee for this match.
Well, that's what he gets. He's not going to be able to DJ tomorrow. I'd like to officially put my application in. I got a
That was
resume.
terrible. Oh, Jacobs looking for something.
I'd play Jimmy Jacobs music on the air.
Oh, I found a chair.
Oh, what's he going to do with a chair?
What do you think he's going to do?
Probably have a seat. Wow. He's showing something.
Jacobs measuring Beverly. Look out. Beverly blocks. Both men fighting center ring for the chair. That implement of destruction. Oh,
Wait a minute.
Nicky Valentino's in the ring. And he hasn't chosen a side yet. Who's he going to hit? It's time. It's D-Day, Valentino. Pick a side. Are you still with Jacobs? Are you your own man?
Hey, wait a second. Is that Corey on the outside?
Corey chops up Valentino. And we're back to one-on-one. Corey grabs the chair. Corey grabs the chair. Beverly, roll up. Corey, got it. Beverly
Here
wins.
is your winner, Bobby Beverly.
Unbelievable turn of events. Valentino again, indecisive. Won't pick a side. Corey laying down the law, showing you what a great referee he could be. And as a result, Bobby Beverly exercises some demons. He pinned. Bobby Beverly pins Jimmy Jacobs.
Oh, this is unbelievable. I don't know how fair this is, Joe. I'm all about being fair, and I don't know if this is the least bit fair. I don't know if Jimmy Jacobs, he's the zombie princess. You can't just take chairs from him when he's trying to hit people with chairs. This is uncalled for.
Ladies and gentlemen, still to come. The match of a lifetime. Johnny Gargano and Rhino for the Prime Championship. Plus it's Corey in one-on-one competition. But ladies and gentlemen, first, a response from Gregory Iron as he speaks about his relationship with Zach Gowen and what's ahead.
Last week, Nate Matson, I'll admit, you beat me. 1, 2, 3, middle of the ring. That's okay, because you know what? You've always been one of my toughest opponents. I got somewhat of some respect for you. But you know what? I didn't beat you in the ring, but at Resolution 5, I earned something much more important than that. I earned the respect of my friend, my hero, Zach Gowen. At Resolution 5, I made him realize that everything you told him was nothing but a lie. And now, in just a few short weeks, Zach's gonna be on his way back. And in the near future, rest assured, the team of Zach Allen and Gregory Iron, we're going to take out the Sons of Michigan. We're going to prove that you are nothing but a liar. Oh, and Cursed, I didn't forget about you, buddy. You see, you tried to stop Resolution 5 from even happening for me. Hell, you didn't even want me to have another match again in my career. You tried to end it. You put me, you put my friends, you put my family in a lot of pain. And I don't like that. So you know what? Sometime soon, once me and Zach beat the Sons of Michigan, we're going to climb our way to the top of the tag team ladder. We're going to fight you guys, you and Crimson, for the tag team championships. So, you thought you knocked me down once, you're not going to knock me down again, because I am one-armed and dangerous. And Cursed, you're dealing with a loaded handgun.
It's been quite a ride as commissioner of Prime Wrestling, hasn't it? I mean, I've had my decisions second-guessed, I've been hit in the head with a steel chair, I've been low-blowed, had my head ran into a steel guardrail. But you see, the decisions and the chair shot to the head, that came from somebody who admittedly didn't like me and Marion Fontaine. But the low blow and running my head into a steel guardrail, the embarrassment on Prime Wrestling's biggest stage came from Vic Travaglianti, my trusted assistant. You see, as authority figure, I know I'm never going to have a simple day. Everybody's got issues they want me to solve. They always have their own agendas. I thought Vic was the one guy that could stand by me, I could trust to ride through the good and the bad days. See this? This is Vic and I at his wedding. You know, I mean, all of Prime Wrestling wasn't there, but no, I mean, it might sound like a cliche, but this, ladies and gentlemen, is the definition of personal. He stabbed me in the back in the name of what? Because he wants my job? Because he wants to hear people say his name? The reality is, I love this business, I love the athletes, I love Prime Wrestling, but I am done with being taken advantage of. Vic, you're not a wrestler, I'm not a wrestler, and I'm not going to wrestle you. But rest assured, I will fight you. Oh, and I know, you have these newfound friends, right, you're popping champagne with. I know you don't travel alone. Well, let me let you know something. I'm not going to travel alone either, because I found somebody that will have my back.
You see, at Resolution 5, a lot of people said that me and Petey Williams, we stole the show. Heck, I had people come up to me and say it was the best professional wrestling match they have ever seen live. But since that day, all that I've been reading about online is what McGuire and Vic did, what Vic did with McGuire. You guys, it's not about you. It's about guys like Matt Cross who have been busting their butt all over the world for 10 years. It's about guys like me who are up at 4 in the morning eating tuna fish because we have a dream. It's about guys driving 7 hours to get a Russian visa so they can debut places that no one else has ever been and never can tell them otherwise. And it is about companies like Prime Wrestling that I have proudly called my home for so many years. Guys, it is not about you. I have seen places be destroyed by egos, by all the bullcrap, and I will not let that happen here. This is about professional wrestling. Justin understands that, and that is why I'm happily standing by his side.
The following singles contest is scheduled for one fall and is being brought to you by Pistol Transport. Introducing first, he weighs in at 175 pounds, from the Broken Mirror, representing the Dead Wrestling Society, Gory!
Man, big news that Justin LaBar has a major ally at his side, Aaron, in the form of former two-time Prime champion M-Dog 20 Matt Cross. How do you respond to that? The odds are a little more even than they were last week, McGuire.
How do I respond to that? How do I respond to that? That's a clown question, bro. I respond to it like this. Marianne Fontaine is a mega star and the prime wrestler and the prime example of what everything is right in this business, and M-Dog wants to come out and try and take the glory away from my friends and me, Aaron McGuire and Vic Triviante and Marianne Fontaine. Well, Marianne Fontaine is rising to the top. He got a big victory, and I don't understand what M-Dog's problem is, but if he's got a personal problem, if he's feeling froggy, he better jump.
The dead eyes of Gory. Not successful in the casket match, but man, has Dead Wrestling Society made a statement these past few weeks or what?
Yes, they have. They always make some kind of statement.
Uh-oh.
And his opponent, he weighs in at 181 pounds, wrestling out of Salem, Ohio. Here is Thomas Adams.
Thomas Adams debuted a couple of weeks ago, one-on-one against Nicky Valentino.
And they brought him back?
Didn't come up with a victory, but he gave it his all. He gave it a fight. Good effort, solid effort by the 20-year-old rookie.
Well, good for him, and bad for him now that he's got to face Gory.
You don't like him because you haven't been able to brainwash him yet.
Well, I mean, I don't know. He's Thomas Adams. Come on.
Oh, Gory tried to jumpstart things, and Adams was waiting for it. Check this out. This kid's learned something from a couple weeks ago. All over Gory.
You can only go so far with that. He's in there with Gory. I mean, Gory's dead wrestling. Gory was a television champion. Yeah, Thomas Adams isn't biting anybody.
Well,
he's scared to.
Don't even know what that means. I would be too.
Fine.
Gory charging through. Man, Gory has not lost a bit of that intensity and that focus. Still has those soulless eyes. And that used to be the elbow, but instead of the elbow, he's just driving both knees and all that body weight in. That's a lot more impact, Aaron. Could have him here, no.
Oh, Gory's always coming up with something new and something scarier than he had previously. And now that
that's not something easy to do.
Was sealed on his dreams of the championship, he's making it nightmares for people like Adam Thomas.
But I'll tell you what, Gory was part of that beatdown on Johnny Gargano a couple of weeks ago that led to Rhino making the save, only to gore Johnny Gargano. We do not have any further information on the condition of Johnny Gargano, but he cannot be 100% here tonight.
Well, who has ever been 100% after getting gored? I mean, we haven't even seen Jason Bain since he got gored at Resolution.
And he got gored twice.
Yes, he did. He may never be back. What a glorious... I should have called Rhino when I needed somebody. Well, that's neither here nor there.
I don't think Rhino would have listened to you, but then again, you never know. You've proven me wrong before with your power and influence.
Yeah.
Hell, you're my boss.
Oh, the boss.
Back suplex to Endo. And hey, Vic might be my boss soon too. Who knows?
Well, if things work out right, I mean, I put a word in for him and maybe finagle some situations.
Finagle, that's a good word for you. Like a true megalomaniac. As Gory just relentlessly pounding on Adams, center of the ring.
I'm glad you've been complimenting me all week.
Yeah, something like that. And Adams firing back. This kid's showing some guts.
Yeah, Gory's going to show him his guts when he rips it out of him and puts him in his face.
We're going to hear from Michael Facade in just a moment, the reigning television champion. Get his take on the TV title scene.
Oh! Well, Tommy boy.
Look at this. Look at those eyes.
Yeah, well,
empty.
They're empty, right. And soulless is the man.
Look out. Ah, the QAS.
He hasn't used that in a long time.
Dropped the kid in the back of his head. Initials too profane for me to explore further. And pulling the kid up.
QAS.
This is
How
like,
many points would that get you in Scrabble?
This to Gory is like anybody else, like a normal person at an amusement park.
Oh.
He's just having the time of his life.
Right, except he doesn't like to wait in lines very long. So, there's that.
Top turnbuckle. Stomp, nobody home. Gory, may have landed wrong.
Oh, look
on that
out
ankle.
for Thomas Adams.
Adams has a chance here.
He's Thomasing up.
Oh, no.
No.
Went for the head scissors, countered. Trepidation. On the back of his head. Good night.
Here is your winner, Gory.
Quick, but not painless.
I think that's the last we've seen of the presidential candidate, Mr. Thomas Adams.
Little calling card for good measure to remember him by. And Gory, Kirsten, Crimson have left quite a bit of calling cards over the past few weeks, whether it's Johnny Gargano, whether it's Rhino, whether it's the tag team scene, or anything else. Gory, championship or not, is still. Oh, hey! Come on, that's a call for!
I told you the guts just squirted right out of young Thomas Adams.
What was the reason for that?
Well, he said he wanted to show him his guts or something like that earlier. Gory doesn't make people into liars, so he showed him his guts. Look, there's some of them around the mat. There's some over there. Come on, Dunn, get in there, clean that up.
This macabre, animalistic beast emphatically reasserts himself here in Prime Wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, our main event. It's moments away. Rhino, Johnny Gargano for the championship.
Yo, it's your boy, the Neon Ninja, the Suburban Terrorist, the Aerosol Assassin, still Prime Wrestling Television Champion. Now, at Resolution 5, I literally survived a casket match with Jason Gory. Now, Gory, I'll give credit where credit's due. You're one of the toughest kids I've ever faced anywhere, and you've definitely taken me to my limit. But you know, now's time for a change. Now's time to establish myself, establish my legacy as the Prime Television Champion. And you know what? I'll do it. I'm gonna elevate this title higher than it's ever been before. I'm gonna hold it longer than it's ever been held before. I'm gonna set new precedent. And you know, if anybody wants a shot at it, they're more than welcome to it. Crimson, Marion Fontaine, Bobby Shields, even any of my boys from the dojo, the NES, Lyndon, Flip. I'm ready for anyone. This TV title ain't going nowhere, except for around the Neon Ninja's waist.
The following singles contest is scheduled for one fall and is being brought to you by Constantino's Market, and it is for the Prime Wrestling Championship.
Gets no bigger than this, does it?
Here we go, Aaron. Matchup we've waited 2 weeks to see. The Man Beast.
Yes.
The War Machine. Dominated the original ECW. That company ended with Rhino as not only the undefeated television champion, but the undefeated World Heavyweight Champion as well.
He destroyed that company. He destroyed Jason Bane's Resolution record. He destroyed the ring at Resolution. And he nearly destroyed Johnny Gargano a couple of weeks ago when Dead Wrestling Society attacked him.
Also an NWA TNA World Champion, beating Jeff Jarrett for that honor at the main event of a Bound for Glory pay-per-view. Nothing short of the biggest and best for Rhino.
He's bound for glory tonight, Joe.
He may be, because Gargano is not 100%. But then again, who knows when we have seen him at 100% in recent years. The schedule, the stress that he puts himself under, second to none. Hardest working man in Prime Wrestling and beyond.
I'll tell you what, Joe. Johnny Gargano, not 100%. Johnny Gargano at 80% is better than 90% of the Prime Wrestling roster. Do the math.
I sensed a bit of, and no pun intended with Gory just being out here, trepidation, apprehension on the part of Johnny Gargano. He's not smiling, he's not dancing, he's not having a good time because he knows the environment he is about to step into.
He's never stepped into the ring with Rhino or a man like Rhino, a man beast like Rhino. Rhino's held championships all over the world, major champions.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official ring introductions and our main event. After this, don't you dare go away, stay with us.
Introducing first the challenger. He weighs in at 270 pounds, wrestling out of Detroit, Michigan, the Man Beast, Rhino! And his opponent, he weighs in at 210 pounds, wrestling out of Cleveland, Ohio. He is the reigning and defending Prime Wrestling champion, the whole shebang, Johnny Gargano!
We are quite obviously back to Prime Wrestling TV, the most anticipated main event in the history of this program. The Man Beast Rhino, two-time former world champion, against the two-time Prime champion, Johnny Gargano. There's the prize.
Hey, Gargano, you know, you mentioned it earlier. There's no smiles, there's no joking around. I think the man is scared for his title, and he's scared for his life.
He may be. And that may be a smart situation.
You know,
Rhino's all business as well.
That's right. And the way he deals business, he went out and he made sure that Dead Wrestling Society didn't keep Johnny Gargano out of action or knock him out of action because Rhino knew he's got a shot at the belt. He wanted to save him, and then he wanted to hurt him.
Yeah, send his own message. Didn't want Crimson to steal his thunder, try to jump in line to the championship match.
You know, I don't know if I'd have got involved in Crimson's business, but that's Rhino, you know, and he makes decisions, and I'll never question his decisions.
I want to remind everyone with a business out there looking for a fundraising opportunity, email primewrestlingtv@yahoo.com. Business opportunities available, working hand in hand with us here at Prime Wrestling TV. Who knows? The likes of Rhino and Johnny Gargano could be in your town or could be attached to your business.
And I'm getting word right now that more homes have tuned in to this match, this main event on Prime TV, than have ever tuned in before.
I find it very, very interesting that Gargano walked into this matchup without his ribs taped. The heavy rumor is they are bruised. The heavy rumor is Gargano has had difficulty breathing in the past couple of weeks.
Well, when you get gored by a man beast, you're going to have consequences. Those are the consequences Johnny Gargano has, but that's what comes along with being a champion.
Well, stalemate so far. Nobody's been able to mount a decent offensive. They've been feeling each other out. These men have never met before in the ring under any circumstances in any organization. And they may never again.
First time ever. And we're bringing it to you on Prime Wrestling TV. Well, Sports Time Ohio's got to be real happy with us now.
1, 2, 3.
And Rhino, you know, he reached for the ropes there, and a little uncharacteristic of Rhino. I think he really respects Johnny Gargano.
Well, you gotta believe he's done his homework. And Rhino, the first shot he took, a kick right to the ribs, and you saw Gargano doubled over easily. Rhino does not come into a matchup unprepared. He knows Gargano's reputation, he knows his style, and Rhino knows he needs to stay off the mat. He needs to utilize his power if he hopes to dictate the pace of this matchup and control Gargano.
Well, Rhino's not an idiot, Joe. Is that what you were calling him? I'll relay the message to him.
Rhino has a great strategy right now. His body weight is over top of Gargano's, and he's using that thick frame to plant himself in the center of the ring.
You know, Gargano's quick. Gargano can hit you at any time from any place. But Rhino is making sure that doesn't happen.
Well, pace quickens a little bit here. Hip lock countered. Rhino's 270. Oh, easier said than done to hip lock. And Rhino begins to unload.
And I don't know if the ring's been reinforced for this match or not, Joe, but I think it should have been.
Well, I guess we'll find out the hard way, won't we?
Oh, I don't know if I can handle that again.
Well, we're a bit further back this time. And Gargano, the southpaw, peppering Rhino with the lefts. You don't want to get into slugfest with Rhino. Gargano up and over. Arm drag, nicely done. Second time, Gargano's able to get up underneath of Rhino and leverage him over with the arm drags.
Yeah, but each time he does an arm drag, it puts a pressure on those bruised ribs.
But look out, low bridge, Rhino to the outside. Well, I mean, just walking, breathing has to put pressure. Look out! Watch Gargano take a chance, the suicide dive.
Suicide dive, I think the man was committing suicide by getting in the ring with Rhino.
And we got a split crowd here tonight, McGuire.
Yeah, usually these people are all for Johnny. We love Johnny. We love Johnny. But really, I mean, we got the man beast in there, the war machine, Rhino. I mean, people are, it's not 50-50.
I know you see Gargano putting a lot of attention onto those ribs. And you know he doesn't want to advertise it, but he can't help it. And Aaron, if Rhino can get another gore in on Gargano, how could Gargano possibly survive?
Well, you can't kick out because you need your ribs to help you with the momentum to kick out, and I just don't see it happening.
Well, one has caused this much damage. Can you imagine two in the span of 2 weeks? With a title on the line.
Oh, look out.
Huge spine buster.
Every move with such impact.
We could have a new champion. And how does the landscape change if Rhino wins the title? Imagine Rhino versus Jason Bain in a rematch. Rhino versus Matt Cross. Rhino versus Marion
Fontaine. Oh my gosh, Rhino would be humiliated.
Are you serious?
Yes, why wouldn't I be? I mean, Rhino, yeah, he's a man beast, but he's not a mega star. He's not the prime example of a prime athlete. He's in shape, but he's not on Fontaine's level. Can't push the weight Fontaine does.
Gargano has the home crowd advantage here. And I think it's getting under Rhino's skin. It's the side of Rhino I haven't seen in a long time.
You know, if I was the fans, maybe I wouldn't chant negative things at Rhino. It's just making him more upset. Gargano's fans are doing him more harm than they are good.
Well, it's keeping Gargano in this thing. Rhino gets a big, big boost from the rope. It's driving that knee again into the ribs.
Wow. Rhino, how good would he look in my camp?
Oh, I would shudder to think what would happen there.
Him and Fontaine as a tag team?
I'd rather not. Rhino pulls Gargano out, center ring, 2-window.
Him and Vic as a tag team?
Get out of here.
Wow. Oh, Gargano, I mean, first he has to get through Gargano, and then he can talk to me about a business deal.
And Gargano, well, Rhino figures the people like Gargano, he'll send him out with the people.
Hey, Gargano, you saw he had a hard time breathing. He's sucking wind.
This ain't gonna help. I got news for you.
Nope. Rhino, he's so vicious.
And Gargano trying to fight his way free. But Rhino with one singular shot. Able to neutralize. And back into that ring frame. The edge of that ring, metal meets wood.
Meets rib of Johnny Gargano.
Yeah. The rib, the lower back, everything in that vicinity just got to be throbbing right now.
The Batuberous, got him in there too.
What?
Here comes the pin.
Rhino could have this here. Gargano fights his way free at 2.
Well, Gargano is hard to keep the man down. And to keep him down for a 3 count, it's almost unheard of. But if anybody could do it, I would have to say it's Rhino. He kept Jason Bain's shoulders pinned to the mat for a count of 3 at Resolution.
Absolutely something that took 5 years to get accomplished. Listen to this crowd.
I love it, Joe.
Half these fans in support of Gargano, half of them opposed as both men hit center ring. What a thud, and both men just collapse.
Well, see, there's no counter for that. 2 men collide head to head. You never know what could happen there. Gargano, he's hard-headed. It's long been known he's hard-headed, and that's probably why Rhino's hurt as bad as he is right now. Gargano, he's rather Samoan-like with that head of his. And he's stubborn.
Well,
they could both be counted down
we
here.
could have a double count out. Rhino and Gargano would draw. What a historic conclusion that would be.
They did draw. See the place.
And Rhino fighting to his feet.
We're at 9, right? That's 9.
And Rhino's to a knee. That'll break the count, and now to his feet. Gargano up as well, but you can see the pain on both these men. And Gargano trying to open up, block with both hands. That's how thick, that's how large the arm of Rhino is.
Look. I don't think you're going to knock Rhino down like that.
It's a great kick. And Rhino's down. Gargano's got a chance. An opportunity, no near fall.
And I don't know, I mean, if you're Gargano, maybe you should try something like a schoolboy or a small package or something on Rhino. I don't know if you can get the pin off of one of your big moves like that.
Gargano gonna fly here. No, Rhino. Escaping Gargano with a spear on Rhino. Taste of his own medicine. No.
Little bit of retribution there for Gargano.
It's a Gargano specialty. We've seen him use it time and again, but there's no doubt that it's very similar to that gore. And that was a message sent by Johnny Gargano. You're not going to keep him down.
Yeah, Gargano, a little insult to injury there. A little taste of Rhino's own medicine.
Look at Rhino has Gargano elevated. TKO. Gargano got drilled.
Oh, that's it.
Could this be all? Rhino, quick down air fall. The left shoulder pops up. Rhino did not have enough body on body. He had still suffered from the spear. He could not hook a leg and get the weight positioning like he needed it.
Oh, we almost had a new champion there. There's almost history made here. And the crowd still split right down the middle.
Gargano hits the rights and lefts. How do you take this guy built like an oak tree and take him down? Much easier said than done. Super kick, got it.
Right,
Rhino's down. Gargano got it, no. Again, up a count away.
It gets no closer than that. I thought Gargano retained right there. Oh, Gargano, he's got to be questioning himself now. He gets that close. I don't know what you would do next or where you would go or what.
Gargano's just trying to will himself forward here. Fight through the pain, the blinding agony created by Rhino 2 weeks ago with the gore. And Gargano looks like he may be trying to take a chance.
I think he's leaving.
And this could be a major, major mistake. Oh, Rhino pops up. Yeah. Rhino is playing possum.
Uh-oh. Lord. I'm always worried about Rhino on these ropes.
Superplex. Gargano dropped. A superplex from way up high.
Hey, Gargano, history of neck injury, history of back injury. Both were worked on right there. And look at Gargano.
Gore coming up. Rhino's measuring Gargano just like 2 weeks ago. Rhino's gonna gore his way to the top. I got it. Rhino, the hook. Got a new champion. No. What?
No way.
The last possible second.
I'll tell you something. I don't know if people can. Johnny Gargano, you have to give the man credit. He was fearing his title was gone.
And what's got to go through Rhino's mind now? He had no inkling at all. No, not a thought ran through his mind that couldn't have been 3. And now Rhino, for a second gore in this match, the 3rd in 2 weeks.
That's smart. That's what he's got to do to win the championship.
And Rhino, Gargano doesn't see it coming.
Oh.
Now he does. Over top. Sunset flip. The flip. Wait, what? Gargano retains the title.
Here is your winner, and still Prime Wrestling Champion, the whole shebang, Johnny Gargano.
Unbelievable. Hold on, JoJo, look out a second. Dead Wrestling Society. Crimson, cursed, gory. These animals. Curse is about lost his damn mind. Him, Crimson, and Gory assaulting Rhino.
Well, I told you, I didn't know how smart it was for Rhino to get in Dead Wrestling business.
The Dead Wrestling Society is assaulting Rhino. And wait, Gargano, center of the ring. Gargano's back. And Gargano fighting these men off. What, uniquely you? Oh. Gory got trapped in uniquely you.
Well, Rhino and Gargano are both down in the ring. Dead Wrestling Society, they made a statement.
Crimson having to pull away the rest of the DWS. Gargano is hurt. It took every fiber of his being.
These two men just went to war with each other.
Gargano saw the 3-on-1 assault by Crimson in the DWS, and even though he'd been through hell with Rhino, he did the right thing. He did what was right, and he helped out Rhino, just as ironically Rhino had helped him. And neither man is leaving.
Hey, Rhino extends his hand.
Gargano has earned the respect.